Andrew Goldberg, WB, obviously, guys, after a couple of tough losses, you get this thrilling win over Kent State. Just what was the locker room like after winning a game like this?
Man, we were hyping there. I mean, I always say enjoy the wins when you get them because it's hard to win. And right now, this program going through some adversity, so just proud of the guys. Man, we fought for that one, and it wasn't pretty, but we got it done.
Eric Decker, Jeff from the Messenger. You kind of mentioned it there. Not a pretty win, but still an important win, kind of with the context of what's going on around the program right now. Just especially with the shorthanded team, how galvanizing is this type of win, this gritty, kind of battle it out, tough sort of win?
I mean, we found a way. Without our two starters, everybody stepped up, made a winning play, and I think that's why we came out on top. We were the grittier team. We did all the little things at the end of the game to, put us in the best position to win.
This is obviously a Logan has the post. This is obviously a Kent State team that hangs its hat on the defensive end. How much of the prep for this game was matching or exceeding that intensity on the defensive end?
I mean, yeah, we knew coming in, they were going to, rake off the ball. If you're driving, we had a couple turnovers like that. Maybe more than a couple. But, I mean, they're physical. They're aggressive on defense. So, I mean, we knew that coming in. We just had to be strong, move the ball, and, I mean, we obviously – it wasn't pretty. We didn't do it all the time, but we won, so.
Grant Key for WAB, AJ. You kind of got affected more than anyone with these new roles switched up. I mean, you were out there running the four sometimes. Just how did you adapt tonight to kind of an expanded roles, so to speak?
I mean, definitely, something to adapt to. But even last year, I ran the four, the beginning of the season until, unfortunately, I was out for the season. But, just putting me at the four just gave us more options, to run the floor, to just space out the floor more so that, as guards, we could play way faster and just, help, just spread out the defense and score in easier ways than when you have, two, big men in there.
Jackson, for you, obviously at the end of the day, this is still a kid's game where you want to be able to make a big shot and hit a big shot. What are just the emotions going through right after hitting that three-pointer to go up in the final seconds?
Man, excitement, man. I haven't really been shooting the ball well from three early in the year, but just sticking to my work, sticking to my daily habits, and trusting that in the game. And when it came to me, I ain't second think anything. I just shot it with confidence, and the result showed.
Especially someone from the point guard role, especially with all the injuries and Elijah getting inserted into the starting lineup tonight, what do you guys just think of his effort, his performance, especially with the rebounds and the defensive plays at the end of the game?
I think he definitely came up big for us. He was holding the Kent State's best player, Von Cameron, and he did a great job on him. He had a big stop at the end of the game there, and that's just what we asked of him, just to give his all, and he showed us that, he could play with the big boys and that he's ready for this talent.
You guys are improved to 8-0 at home today. This is probably the loudest the combo's gotten, especially in those closing moments. What does it mean to play in front of this crowd?
It means a lot. Home games, you're always at an advantage because you got the crowd at your back and stuff. So, man, shout out to everybody in the convo. Just keep bringing that. We need that. We definitely feed off the energy and stuff. But, convo is a hard place to play at, so just, yeah, I don't really know what else to say.
For you hit some clutch free throws there towards the end of the game. Just what's going through your head when you're on the line there?
Confidence, really. I'm making the shot. That's really all that's going through my head. I don't really second guess that stuff. We shoot a lot of free throws and stuff, so in them big moments, just going up there with confidence is really the main thing.
Very physical game with the extra day off. What do you guys need to do to recover after that?
Definitely, go to rehab, hit the ice tubs, do the proper things to get our body right for, another tough team, Toledo. Definitely just got to do our due diligence and just get our bodies right for another good game.
Obviously, the rebounds, you guys are rebounding 46-28, but still find a way to pull it out. What does that kind of say about the team's grit and team's fight to stay on a game that you shouldn't have?
Like I said earlier, we found a way. We found a way to win. It's crazy numbers, but, like I said, towards the end, we made the big plays to, win the game. And I think at the end of the day, that's what matters the most. what happens at the end of the game, and we won. So, we don't worry about the numbers, but we won. So, I think that's a good thing.
Anything else?
One of the more crucial moments of the game was that 1-3 trip from the free throw line that Barnett had. It looked like there were some words exchanged at the line. Did any of you guys pick up on what was said there?
We weren't in, so I really don't know what was said, but he missed 2 big free throws, so, we thank him. We do.
All right, anything else?
What an awesome atmosphere for a national TV game tonight. Students, band, dance, cheer, Bobcat faithful. And, really, really, really proud of our team for the intestinal fortitude they showed. We set the tone early. We got the lead in the first war. That was really big for us that we talked about. And down 1 at halftime, came out, won the first war in the second half. And I think they went up 3. They're late. Our guys bent, but they didn't break. And found a way to win the game. And 48 deflections, 9 kills was just phenomenal defensive effort.
Eric Decker, the messenger coach, especially with the context of the last few days and coming into the night shorthanded. It wasn't a pretty win by any means, but it was a really gritty, crucial win for you guys. So especially given the context of the injuries and all that, how galvanizing is this sort of tough, battle it out, close win?
Yeah, we've been through a lot of adversity in these last 10 days, and it's a tight group. So when somebody goes down, it affects them, and they've done a good job of rallying together. Aiden Evans didn't score, but played some great minutes. Defensively, 10 great minutes. Elijah Elliott gets a start, plays 17 minutes. Made some big plays defensively. It was great having Elmore James back. He'll get his rhythm back, but guys just stepped up, and that's what you're supposed to do when somebody goes down.
Speaking of Elijah, obviously getting thrown into the lineup, given the circumstances and everything, and especially with the type of effort plays he was making throughout the day with the rebounds and the defensive plays, especially the one at the end of the game. Just how nice is it to see the mental capability and kind of the toughness to be able to withstand, especially in this type of atmosphere?
Yeah, I think he's a tough kid. His athleticism really helps us. He's got good size on him. And, he just made some big plays, in those minutes he was in there. Late, in the game, we had him in there to switch everything and play defense. And, for a freshman to be in that environment, he stepped up.
Obviously, this is a Kent State team that hangs its hat defensively. Big plays up and down the floor. A.J. Sheldon had a couple big ones on Flower and Horby. How much was matching that defensive intensity of importance?
Yeah, it was huge. Coming in, we knew they were going to be great defensively the way they guard you. And I thought we made some good plays against their defense to take advantage of how they guard. Thought we had really good looks from 3 on some of those. We were 5 for 18, but they were really good looks. We knew coming in defensively the rebounding battle was going to be huge. We didn't do a very good job there. We got out-rebounded by 18 and gave up 22 offensive boards. But I think the key there is that they only scored 14 off of those 22 offensive rebounds. And they put a lot of pressure on here. Sometimes, like we told our guys, that sometimes that's their best offense, going to get it. And, when we needed to, we made the stops we needed to.
That under 4 timeout in the second half, you guys are down 3. It's a really big point in the game. Kent State's got the momentum. That timeout was huge, obviously, with the way things ended up. Just what did you say to the team at that timeout? What was that?
Yeah, we were coming out. I think we had 2 free throws coming out of that timeout. It was 2:38 left in the game. And we knew it was, they're going to number 13, they're going to number 1. Those are their go-to guys. And I thought we did a good job subbing offense, defense. Got a little crazy at the end, with the late game situation. But our guys never quit, and like I said, they found a way.
Bobby Keegan with the Post. Coach, Kent State went 14 for 25 from the free throw line. You mentioned just how nice the crowd was tonight. How big of a factor do you think that the crowd played in those 5?
Yeah, they're huge. And I think just the whole vibe, right? The energy, and was it bricking for chicken? How many chickens?
At least 2.
3. I mean, to get 3 chickens from bricking, that's big. And I guess anytime you throw food in there, right, they're going to get a little extra loud. But like I said, it was an awesome atmosphere. We got another national TV game coming up Tuesday night, so hopefully, we get a little bit more.
Andrew Bobby, WB. Coach A.J. Brown said something about everybody made a play tonight. I really did feel like every single player, had some kind of play that helped win this game. Just what does that tell you about your team, that they're able to step up in a moment where maybe everyone else would have counted you out losing 2 starters?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that, right? Like, you're losing your 2 leading rebounders, you're probably first and maybe third leading scorer. The energy that Hadaway brought, and you have no choice, right? So you got to find a way to step up. I thought Clayton and Hadaway and those guys did a great job from a leadership standpoint, vocally, even though they weren't playing. But Vic was in a different role, right? We need more out of him, and he delivered tonight. Elijah Elliott's in a different role. We needed more, and he delivered. Aiden Evans is a different role. So everybody's roles changed a little bit. We're still playing unorthodox, guys playing certain positions they never played. But, our guys never, wavered. And, we had a couple good days of prep, coming off of, the loss we had, getting back at 2 in the morning, had a couple guys throwing up. We came back in and had 2 good days of prep.
Coach, kind of looking further at AJ. 15 points at halftime, leading the team, but then scores 0 in the second half, but still ends up with 4 steals, playing kind of tough defensively at the end. So, one, just kind of what do you think wasn't working so well for him in the second half, and then just kind of, again, what do you think of the mental ability for him to still lock in and worry more about the win?
Yeah, he carried us in the first half. And obviously when you come out, I think he probably had 15 at halftime, I think, right? The other team's going to kind of game plan for him, maybe put a different defender on him, have a little bit more awareness. He had a couple good looks. He missed 1 3 in the corner, pull-up transition. But, that's what this team does, right? So, somebody's not struggling. Like Sharif was struggling for a minute and hit a big shot, made some big-time plays. And, you can't, dwell on the negative. It's such a next-play mentality game where if you make a mistake, you turn the ball over, you miss a shot, whatever happens, you have to get to the next play. And I think that's the maturity of these guys. Reef's been in a lot of big games. A.J. Brown's been in a lot of big games. And to see them respond like that with not playing, as well as they had been, that's great to see.
Obviously, Elmore made some big-time plays in his return. How do you feel he played?
Yeah, El came back a couple days ago and really just had 1 practice under his belt. He's going to continue, to get the rhythm and rust off of him. But, it was great having him back.
Kind of building off that, from a viewership standpoint, I feel like I didn't realize just how much he made an impact on the defensive end. Just what was it like having him, with that energy, and just it goes to show how poor they shot from beyond the arc.
Yeah, I mean, he's such a tough, strong, physical defender. He can guard multiple positions, and with the lack of size we had A.J. Sheldon guarding Von Cam, Elmore guarding him, Elijah guarding him. And, just the experience that Elmore has in those situations, it's big.
You guys hold Kent to no field goals in the last 249. How big is that to hold a team down, especially when it's as close?
Yeah, that was huge. I thought, like I said, we made some stops. We didn't get the rebounds. We needed loose balls. Late game, we turned it over there late, but, your defense won the game for you. And, we knew they were going to go to Solinger. We knew they were going to go to Von Cam. And, they ran the same play about 3 times, got us twice on it. Made some adjustments in the 1 timeout. And, defensively, we found a way.
Coach, yesterday you told us that in 30 years of coaching, you've never had a 10-day stretch like you did prior to this game, just with all the injuries and adversity that your team faced. And then still today, you guys came out energized and ended up beating a contender in the MAC. Just what did you learn about the mental toughness that your locker room has right now?
Yeah, it's when you go through something like that, it's hard unless you've gone through it. And like I told, Aiden Hadaway, Clayton, our team, you can't be negative. You can't dwell on it. You can't feel sorry for yourself. No one's going to feel sorry for you. It's almost like a blood in the water type of deal. Like they see you down, they're going to attack you. And, sometimes like a wounded animal right in the corner, comes out fighting. And I thought our guys came out fighting from, the tip all the way to the end.
Real quick, I know with all the adversity, probably haven't had much time to think about it, but Toledo on Tuesday, just what are some of your initial thoughts on that game?
Yeah, I mean, they've been the pillar of, number 1 in the league for 4 years. Todd does a great job coaching them. They got great, individual pieces, and the way they play is difficult sometimes to guard. And, it'll be a great test for us, on national TV Tuesday night. We'll take tomorrow off, come back Sunday to prep, and, go from there.